So far, I have provided the latest changes and features coming to the FIFA 22 gameplay, Ultimate Team, Club Career Mode, Player Career Mode, and of course Volta. But many of you will notice that as I'm going through that list, there's a game mode that wasn't said. This is Pro Clubs, and this is exactly what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Before I do get into the video, if you enjoy the content here and want to see a bit more from me, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. We are uploading the latest news on FIFA 22, and once FIFA 22 is released later this month, we will then be providing the latest tutorials. So if you do want to see that, then make sure you are following the channel. Getting back into the video, loads of players will agree when I say out of all of the FIFA game modes, Pro Clubs has the most potential, but it always seems like it's lacking content every single year. Most players say the reason that EA are not focusing on it is because it's not a moneymaker. When we look at game modes such as FIFA Ultimate Team, it gets new game modes, new gameplay features, and massive changes every year, and it's because it makes more money. With that said, there's a lot of players hoping that this is the year in which EA makes some big changes to Pro Clubs, so let's highlight some of the new gameplay features. The first thing to highlight when you first start Pro Clubs is creating your virtual pro. With FIFA 22, you have the choice to create a male or female virtual pro. This type of change was always going to be coming to FIFA at some point. Back in FIFA 16, that is when women's football was first introduced. There was only a limited amount of teams accessible, and they were never really introduced to any other game modes apart from kickoff. But with the rising popularity of female football, it just makes sense for EA to make this decision. It's also not crazy complicated for this to be added to the game. There will of course be different female models added to the game in which you can choose to customize your virtual pro. But once we move over to gameplay and tracking stats, it's exactly the same for both male and female players. EA have said this: we've added more diversity to the virtual pro creator, enabling you to better express yourself by creating either a male or female virtual pro. No matter what kind of virtual pro you choose to create, the on-pitch actions brings all virtual pros together, and the cosmetic customization of them has no additional gameplay impact. So with this customization, it makes sense for EA to go down this route. It just makes it more accessible for a larger group of players. Once you've customized your character the way that you want to customize them, we then move on to the next stage. And this is where it really starts to sound very similar to what we talked about in the player career mode, as there will be new additions to the Pro Club XP system and your progression. There has always been a way for you to progress with your virtual pro in Pro Clubs, but with the new skill tree that's been implemented into career mode, it makes sense to use that exact same skill tree within Pro Clubs, and that's exactly what's been done. It links up with your Pro Clubs XP system, and you'll be rewarded XP in all matches except for your practice ones. At the end of every match, you'll have a summary of all of this information. It'll give you detailed breakdowns of all actions performed and a total XP earned from those actions. You'll be able to clearly see what actions grant XP. This could be passing, tackles, saves, defending, shooting, scoring goals. No matter what action can be performed in FIFA 22, it has an XP system connected with it. By leveling up your pro, you'll be rewarded with skill points that can be used to customize your pro and your playstyle. But it will also link into perks, and this is where it starts to become similar to what we had within the career mode. When you first create your virtual pro, you'll unlock one perk slot. This can be filled with one of 3 starter perks, and from there, as you start to build up XP by playing matches, performing actions, you'll level up, and as you level up, you'll unlock different types of perks which then could be used. You'll also unlock different types of perk slots where you're allowed up to 3. EA have also announced what types of perks will be available. So under attacking perks, you have distant shooter, one-time shot, set piece beacon, clutch finisher, hot streak, and quick reply. Under chance creation, you have assist streak, skill dribbler, set piece specialist, active first touch, threaded pass, precision pass, tireless runner, and pinpoint cross. Under defensive perks, you have defensive closer, last defender, lockdown, cool head, ball winner, and physical strength. And then under goalkeeper perks, you have clutch save, fast rush, quick reflex, one-on-one, far reach, and set piece expert. And as I'm listing all of them out, you're welcome to pause the video and read the description of each and every one of those perks, but you'll probably also realize, especially if you've been watching previous videos, that these are also the exact same perks that are available within your player career mode. All of these are exactly the same thing, but this doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad thing. Bear in mind, when it comes to gameplay, if you do play different game modes across the year, you'll notice that it is completely different gameplay. It feels different if you play Ultimate Team and go to career mode, or go from career mode to Pro Clubs or Pro Clubs to Ultimate Team. So just because these perks are exactly the same from one game mode to another, because the gameplay is slightly different across the different game modes, you'll notice a difference once the perks are enabled. We also have to bear in mind that once you're playing with Pro Clubs, there is also multiple players. You'll be playing with other people who will also have different types of perks enabled, so it's not just a case of where you'll have a maximum of 3, there could be a lot more active all at the exact same time, providing a different way in which you can play. The next big change with Pro Clubs is the team customization. Before any announcement was ever made, we all knew that EA were going to double down in this area. Customization is always something players have wanted more from, and with last year, with all the changes that came with Ultimate Team, it was proven to be very successful, so much so that EA have now doubled down on it in every other game mode. With Pro Clubs, it's no different. In FIFA 22, club managers will be able to customize the following: kit and crest, ball, home stadium, club nickname, tifo, stadium theme, stadium color, seat color, pitch lines color, pitch wear, pitch color, pitch pattern, net shape, net meshing, goal song, and crowd chants. All of this allows you to create your Pro Club in the way that you want to create it. When going through this customization within Pro Clubs, we can assume that it is exactly the same as what we have in Create a Club. It'll be the exact same layout with the exact same items in which you can change and what you can change them to. But it is still a feature which is welcome to the Pro Clubs community. This is still something that is good, and it's still a step in the right direction. The final thing to talk about is gameplay. Of course, when it comes to gameplay, it's going to have the exact same benefits as what it has across the board, being hypermotion. But specifically for Pro Clubs, we have a new drop-in experience. EA says that it can be difficult for you to gather up to 10 teammates in a lobby all at the exact same time. Everyone has their own lives to live, and everyone has different priorities. This can make it difficult for certain players to earn XP for the virtual pro. So the new drop-in experience allows you to squad up with up to 4 friends or recent teammates prior to searching for a drop-in match. With this change, there is now a new way for you to earn XP for your pro while playing with your club teammates, but without it impacting your club record. You can also play with friends from other clubs without having to leave your current club. EA have said, when playing a new drop-in, you select your playstyle prior to searching for a match. Your playstyle will determine your preferred position. For example, selecting a striker playstyle will drop you into a match which you'll be as an attacker, as either a striker, left wing, or right wing. You will not be placed into a position that doesn't suit your role on the pitch. The lobby host can choose to enable the fill teammates option, which will attempt to fill your lobby with other players, allowing you to discover and play with new teammates. This is a good change for Pro Clubs if you're wanting to play Pro Clubs but you do not have your full teammates available to play with you. This allows you to carry on playing, progressing your pro, and having fun with the teammates that are available whilst still not affecting your club's record. Now these are all the changes that will be coming to Pro Clubs in FIFA 22. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. Are these changes something that you're looking forward to, or do you feel like this is another year in which EA has neglected Pro Clubs? As said, leave all your thoughts in the comment section down below. Pro Clubs is always something that I'm willing to play, but it's more down to the social element of just playing with friends. It's also why I will be playing Volta, because some of the new game modes can be very funny, especially if I have the right people to be playing with. If you do have any questions about anything that we've talked about, then please feel free to let me know. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going. So see ya.